Right, let's take a look at my code for this challenge. And remember, it's okay if my code is different from yours. There's usually multiple ways to solve programming problems. In order to determine whether a string is a palindrome, we have to ignore capitalization, and we have to get rid of spaces and punctuation. So my code starts by converting the incoming string to lowercase. So that way we don't have to worry about comparing different letter casing. Next, I strip off the spaces and the punctuation from the test string. So I create a new string, and then I have a for loop that checks each character in the test string. And I'm using the isAlNum function, which is a built-in function for Python string objects. This function checks to see if a character is alphanumeric. And if it is, then I add it to my new string, otherwise I skip over it. So when this loop completes, I now have a string that is all lowercase and only has letters in it. It doesn't have spaces, doesn't have punctuation. Now I have to build the reverse version of the string in order to compare against the original, because a palindrome means that the reverse of the string and the original are the same. So the way that I've solved it here is not necessarily the most efficient way of doing it, but since this is a learning course, I want to focus more on understanding the algorithm than just being as clever as possible. So I have another variable called reverse stir, and I have a loop that starts at the end of the test string and then works its way backward. So each time through the loop, I add the next character to the reverse stir until I reach the beginning. So by the time this loop completes, I have two strings. One is the original with all the capitalization and punctuation stripped out, and then I have reverse stir, which is that same stir but now reversed. And then I just have to compare those two strings. And if they're the same, then we know it's a palindrome, otherwise we return false. So if I click on test my code, you can see that in the array of strings that's being passed to my test, obviously we expect hello world to not be a palindrome, and mama question mark also will not be, but radar, Madamine Atom, and race car all should be, and sure enough we have the correct results of 3.